So we're going to walk you through a complete leak detection. His first thing is always to do is to try to make contact with the customer. In this case, the customer wasn't home. We're still always going to knock on the door to check. Then what we're going to do is we're going to start walking the house where we're even looking up at the roof from the front. We're also going to rattle the gates before we go in the back. If any of you guys know, you could get mauled by a dog in a house where you've never been to before. So now we're going to go in the back. We're going to walk around. We're going to set up all our equipment, and now we're going to start walking. And walking is looking at what everything is made up of this pool. And check it out. The water level is low on this job. One thing that we teach you when we're doing leak detections is the pool level has to be filled all the way to the top. While we're walking it, we notice that the water level is low, but we're going to still take a look around and see if we have any equipment set further back. We're looking for autofills. We're going to take a look up at the roof from the back of the house. We're going to look for solar panels, and this is going to lead us to where that equipment area is. We're going to always take a look and see what we have going on over here, and we're going to look for other sets of equipment. Again, most important part of looking and walking is the visual and what we call babysitting an actual pool. In this case, we come up, we have a Jandy Aqualink. We're checking the actuator valves. And we're checking to see if we have any physical water running out. Again, at equipment sets, we look at MTAs, we look at tops of pumps, and we look all around. In this case, we're going to turn this thing into spa mode, and we're going to watch how it behaves. We're going to run filter pump while we're in spa mode and take a look. Make sure all our jets are working. Make sure our actuators are actually turning, and they are doing so, as you can see here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to run our booster pump. We're going to make sure that in spa mode, it's running right. It's getting all air out of the venturis. Again, it's just something that we do as far as babysitting a pool is just checking it out. But notice how we're low on the water level here when we walked up to this. If we refill this pool right now, we're going to get all sorts of crazy hydration noises. So we're going to go into our app. We're going to take a picture. We're going to have the customer fill it that day before, and we're going to get it nice and full when we get there the next day. So here's what we did. We walked up on the job site. We knocked on the door, introduced ourselves to the customer. As we're coming in, we're looking up. We're looking at roofs. We're looking for solar panels. We're walking a property. We're looking around. We're looking in bushes. We're looking by equipment sets. We're looking on the opposite side of equipment sets. At this house, we have another structure in the backyard. Is it a guest house? We don't know. Is it a garage? We don't know. It doesn't matter. All that matters is what's involved with the swimming pool. Are there any solars up top? Is there any power? Is that power feeding our power? We're walking over to the equipment area. We're running the system. We're running it in spa mode. We're isolating valves to see if we get any behavior that we explained to you. We're babysitting the actual pool. Now on this job, we had to come back. Why? Because when we came to the job site, we pointed it out. We showed you how the level was low. That level being low, that skimmer exposed and the plaster exposed under the tile line will not allow you to perform the leak. Why? Because when we fill it, we're going to get that crackling sound, that Rice Krispie popping sound. That's the sound of plaster rehydrating. That sound will stop you from doing any leak detections in this swimming pool when it comes to listening and hydrophones are concerned. So now we're going to walk up to the pool again. We're going to make sure that it's clean and clear. We're going to make sure that it's not green, that we can see the main drains, that we could see everything that needs to be seen. But again, normally we were in the studio, you got pretty good sound, you got quiet sounds. Welcome to the real world that's out on a job site. So now we're back out on the job site. Again, we came out the first time, can't perform the leak, got to come back the next day. Now, when we talk to a customer and we explain that on the phone conversation, on the phone questionnaire, we ask, is the pool full? You're not always going to get that, and you can't fill it the day of. So again, back out the second day, and we're going to perform the full leak detection. What I didn't tell you about on the first day is what are the symptoms? The symptoms are, as customers telling us, this pool is leaking about 1 inch to 2 inches a day. That's a lot of water in a pool this size, in a pool spa combo of this size. So what are we going to do? We walked it the first time, but we're going to do that all again when the pool is full. We're going to look at the equipment. We're going to do everything that needs to get done when performing a leak detection. First thing we're going to rule you into after the visual, which we did, is we're going to get into the static test.
And the static test, well, we got cone static testing and we got hydrophone static testing, so don't get confused. The first thing is we're gonna put our mics in the pool and we're gonna listen for those leaks.
So coming back the next day, this is when we're gonna go to town. So the pool is full, it's to the right level, and we're gonna start with all of our listening. And I like to start with the SM1. That's our side mic for working all the vertical walls, the ups and downs. We can even drop it in an autofill. We can even drop it in a skimmer. It's weighted. Some guys prefer to use the regular pool scope for that. I could use the SM1 or the pool scope. We listen around returns, and again, with the SM1, we listen to lights, and we listen to anything that is actually on the vertical wall. Here we're doing everything that we have going on in the pool, and then we're gonna get ourselves over to the spa, and we're gonna wind up listening to everything in there. After we're done with that, we're gonna use our pool scope, and that's drop and drag. So we'll drop it, we'll mute it, we'll drag it over to what we're listening to. We like to use those on drains. If we see any structural cracks, we like to use that on anything that's located down on the floor. If we have a self-cleaning pool with self-cleaning floor heads, we listen to actually every head. Again, this mic is weighted and it's made for this actual purpose. Right here we have an umbrella stand. Believe it or not, there's no plumbing involved in that, but I've seen these things leak all the time. Get your mics over them, get your mics in them, and take a listen. Here we have our pipe mic. It allows us to get into pipes, especially at these spa ventures, to hear what we have going back. Again, weight of the water leaking out creates the noise that we need to get over. Again, if that leak is back there, we're gonna hear it, we're gonna pinch our wire, and then actually lay it out. And the pipe mic is used in all sorts of applications: spa jets, returns, skimmer lines, side suctions, autofills, equalizers, or any pipes for that matter. Here we're gonna drop it down into the actual equalizer of this equalizer tank body that we have set up over here. And when we come in the front of it, we're actually hearing a leak that we have going on in the equalizer. So we know that we have a leak between point A, which is the face of the wall, and then the back. And it's about that far in that he has it measured because he pinched his hand on the wire, and that's where that leak is gonna wind up being. Take a look when we isolate it and we put dye in front of a static cone. It pulls. This tells us it's leaking.
So as he's wrapping up this job, remember, we're going to always put a pool back the way we found it. We're gonna make sure that we didn't turn any valves here. We had put it in spa drain. We ran a couple of valves, so we're always gonna make a mental note of where our valves were. You don't ever wanna leave a setting different because again, people, their own pools, they're used to the way their pools run. You could also run pumps dry. You could get blamed for things. So when we're done, we do a complete wrap up. We wrap up our equipment, we dry it out nice. We put all covers back on. We put all equipment back to the existing way it was. Let's recap this pool though. We came into this job on day one. On the day one that we came in, this water level was too low. The customer lied to us. That's why I take in 50% of what a customer tells and throw the rest out. This thing was too low. We couldn't do it because it created the noises, that popping sound when that plaster rehydrated. Came back the next day, the pool was full. Now we do a complete leak detection. We did a visual the first time so we could rely on that. Now we go in with our hydrophones. We started with our SM1. We listened to everything. Then we came to our pool scope, drop and drag. We listened with that. We came in with our pipe mic. We listened with that. We heard two leaks, the same leak in two different ways. We heard it with the SM1 when we listened to the wall. Okay, so it's in. We have it in the equalizer line for the autofill. And the next thing we did was we pipe mic'd it from both sides, from the autofill and from the pool side. We determined where the loudest point, we measured our wire, we laid it down, that's where the leak is. We're gonna do a full report. We did our, used our app for a checklist as we went, the LeakTronics leak detection app. And again, we took pictures as we went. This job is done. It's completely performed, and we could know assuringly that we were really comprehensive on this leak. Let me also take you back. We did our hydrodomes where we needed to. Again, this was a cold pool. We wouldn't feel like swimming. So again, We were thorough. We feel real confident about this leak detection. We are going to quote this. We're going to quote replacing that equalizer line. We got to take up these deck boards. There's a bunch of things we have to do. But what we didn't need to do here, we didn't need to pressure test. Why? Because we were able to confirm every line, and then we were also able to listen to what we needed to with our hydrophones and with our SM1 and with our pipe mic. That's how we got this leak detection done. That's how we did it.